Hello. 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 Are you there? Wake up. Okay. Can I get your attention for a second? All right. So imagine a world without cell phones, computers, Facebook, Instagram, BBM, Twitter, cars, internet, computers, buses, cell phones, social media, airplanes, trains, clothes, shoes. Okay, you get the idea. So picture this. You live on a small farm. Your neighbor is. Wait, hold on. You can't even see your neighbor's house because he or she lives miles away from you. You're a child. Your only duty is to milk cows and help your father around the farm. You have no social life, no friends. Your parents aren't rich or educated, so they can't afford for you to get an education. You can't read or write. There's no form of entertainment except the entertainment of your siblings. That's if you even have siblings, right? And the entertainment of your farm animals. Ugh. So think of this. You feel kind of alone, you're curious, you have questions you want answers to. You don't know what is out in the world. You're not sure how big it is. You don't know if it's a circle, if it's a square, if it's a triangle, how much people are in it. All you're sure of is what is around you. Sounds boring, eh? Yeah. But even so, sounds punishing. Because at least one of you in this class would want to know what else is out in the world. It is only normal that we'd be curious, right? But guess what? That was the life of many individuals before the Industrial Revolution came into effect. Prior to before the Industrial Revolution, many people had to produce products such as cotton by hand. Ugh, producing cotton by hand? The Industrial Revolution is broken up into two eras, the first and the second. Well, how did the revolution start? Alright, so this guy named John Kay, right? A very, very smart, intelligent guy. Like, he's really, really smart. You know why he's smart? Because he invented the flying shuttle. Like the shuttle flies up into Mars. No, I'm just kidding. No, not literally a flying shuttle, but the flying shuttle that helped produce cotton in a short amount of time faster. The Industrial Revolution is associated with the factory system. And so think of it like this: a bunch of factories that produce a bunch of products and goods at a faster rate with machines as an assistance. Can you believe that the most of the world's products and goods are made by factories today? Because of the Industrial Revolution, rural areas turned into cities. The first era. The Industrial Revolution started in the mid 1700s. The steam engine was invented. It impacted the mode of transportation in which provided more efficient and faster transportation for individuals. This meant that individuals were able to commute to and from new cities being built, and families that lived in rural areas began to move to locations where factories were built to seek employment in the factory. Not only that, but the lives of individuals changed. The human population began to grow from 57% to 700 million people worldwide as people migrated from rural areas to cities. The factory system provided new jobs, in which meant that employees can make consistent money with a consistent wage. In addition to this, the factory system created a new social structure. A new middle class originated by the wealth of the industrialization. There was no longer a gap between the rich and poor people, but a new middle class evolved. The thousands of new jobs created due to the factory system allowed the new middle class to grow in size. So now that there's no longer just rich and poor people, like the rich don't stay rich and the poor don't stay poor, but there's also a middle class. The second era. The second industrial revolution era began in the late 1800s. New scientific knowledge was applied to the industry to continue advancement in technology to help better accommodate the factory system. Advances in electric current helped to better understand the basis of electricity. In 1882, Thomas A. Edison introduced a system of electric lighting in New York City. Boom! So there we go. We got our developed cities, new jobs, more people, and now we just have to throw in some electricity to give light to the new era. And there we have it. Wait on it, wait on it. A whole new world.
A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go.
Electricity was later applied to driving all kinds of machinery as well as powering locomotives and streetcars. Otherwise, many social and economic changes occurred as well in the second industrialization era. Employees in the factory began to become very dependent on the owners of the factories, while factory owners could fire and hire workers for any reason. Labor unions began to form and workers began to strike against their owners until their owners were able to carry out their demands. Also, women and children joined the workforces as well. Children from ages 6 years old during the Industrial Revolution worked hard hours for little or no pay. Also, harsh working conditions was a variable for children because sometimes they would work up to 19 hours a day with 1 hour total break. Wow. So that is like my little 6-year-old cousin working 19 hours a day. I already struggle with working 8 hours a day and 1 hour break. Could you survive on a 19-hour shift with 1 hour break? Hell no! That's abuse. So now we went from farm animals to factories, cities, electricity, new technology, women and children working, new transportation. With all these factories producing all these goods and products, expanding, changing over time, there has to be some impact on today's society. Because of factories, we have these things today: cell phones, cars, internet, computers. Where do you think these things get made? That's a hard question. A factory. Due to many technological advances during the Industrial Revolution, the environment has been impacted greatly. The increasing amount of pollution has had and still has a negative impact on the environment from factories. However, not only is pollution a major problem in modern day society, but as well as the emission of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases play a major role in climate change today. It has contributed in slowly disintegrating the ozone layer in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so we're killing our ozone layer, and when the ozone was gone, then what? We all die? Not only has the environment been affected, but society has also been affected. The population since the Second Industrial Revolution has increased by 6 billion people. So did you know that China has the largest population in the world? India has the second largest. But with the population rising, when there's no more space to put people, where are we going to put them? How will we fix this problem? By start throwing out people? We're going to throw them out in the garbage? The economy has changed greatly as well today. In most industrial economies follows a strong industrial base. Presently, there are 5 levels of industry: primary industry, in which collects raw materials; secondary industry, in which is responsible for turning raw materials into finished products; and tertiary and quaternary industry, in which are related to human services. So the Industrial Revolution has impacted modern day society significantly. We've clarified that. All in all, the Industrial Revolution throughout time has grown and developed, and now is responsible for impacting modern day society. Throughout the Industrial Revolution, the lives of many individuals have changed with new job opportunities, new income, and new land development, thus leading to urbanized cities. The technological advancements in the first industrialization have helped further new technological advancements for the second industrialization period. However, due to the Industrial Revolution, modern day society now faces the consequences, both positive and negative effects of the revolution. The environment has been negatively impacted while the expansion of the population growth continues to grow all over the world. As the population continues to grow, cities as well continue to develop to help accommodate the new changes in society. There continues to be a middle class in the social structure of modern day society. Nevertheless, new laws have been implemented to protect employees, and children are no longer forced into work, while new technological advances still arise for the factories. To conclude, without the Industrial Revolution, the world would still consist of rural areas, and families would still live on small plots of land and grow their crops for home consumption. But what will we do with the negative side effects from this revolution? If you could go back in time, would you prevent the Industrial Revolution from happening?